Not too long ago, Mark realized that in order to go country by country around the rest of the world, he was going to have some help. And he called on the president's team. And he said, I want you to leave your family once in a while, make arrangements in your country to have everything done so you can go visit another country. And the last 2.5 years has seen the most remarkable explosion of people dedicated to an idea as the president's team have crisscrossed the world, leaving their organization, leaving their families for a while, picking up an airline ticket, and someone from Australia heads to Italy, and someone from Italy heads to North America. Someone from Spain goes to South America. It has been the most incredible response to a call that I've ever seen in all of my business history the last 40 years. And my hat's off to those who lended a hand to Mark Hughes, called the President's Team. I'm proud of you. What a job you've done. I'm telling you, some books are going to be written. One about the dream and the vision of Mark Hughes, but also those that picked up the challenge, like the President's Team sitting out here in front of me on this incredible morning. I'm proud of you. Some of you have become my dearest friends. You've become part of my family. This has been the most extraordinary thing that's ever happened to me. I come from a very small family, like one. I mean, I'm it. I'm the prettiest and I'm the ugliest. I'm the youngest and I'm the oldest. I'm the best and I'm the worst. So an only child. But when I came about 9 years ago, when Mark invited me to come on board, I asked the Herbalife distributors back then if they would please adopt me. Since I was an only child, didn't have any brothers and didn't have any sisters. And guess what they did? They said, we will become your brothers and your sisters. Welcome to the Herbalife family. What an exciting day that was for me. So number one, to build a company like this, it takes leadership. Here's number two, the products. What a display we've had here of the history of health and nutrition and these incredible products that have spun out these incredible testimonials the last 15 years. Now millions of people have used these products. And now comes along the best of the best, Dermagetics, now the finest. Mark said, won't settle for anything but the best. And the testimonials now are gonna start to flow from Dermagetics. But what a history it's been. 15 years of quality, second to none. Nothing but the finest. And of course, the best proof of the value of the products is the testimonials. For every testimonial we hear, remember there's thousands that we don't hear. For every testimonial that reaches our ears, there's thousands more that never get to us. There's thousands more testimonials that never appear in an Herbalife journal. So when you hear a testimonial, try to have the vision of all the thousands and tens of thousands of testimonials that are out there working, that are out there doing the job, making Herbalife what it is today, whether it reaches the journal or whether it reaches you or not. Number two is products. Number three, the marketing. I've been around business now for the last 35, 40 years in a very intensive way, and I've never seen a company more generous than Herbalife. I'm telling you, there's been nothing like it. And the climax of Herbalife's generosity is going to be displayed on this platform this evening when the millions will be passed out to those that deserve it by taking Herbalife around the world. I can't wait for the ultimate display of Herbalife's generosity tonight, right here on this stage. It's going to be incredible. And when somebody asks you, how does Herbalife pay? I'm sure after tonight, you're going to say you should have been in Atlanta, Georgia, January 1995, when the climax of Herbalife's marketing was displayed by those who got the most extraordinary bonuses any company in the world pays. I'm glad I'm here to watch it all. And I want you to soak it up. Take it back with you, the stories. Try to get to meet some of the people who are going to be honored on this stage this evening. It's going to be incredible. Now, here's the fourth reason why Herbalife is so successful. Over these last 15, 16 years, Mark Hughes knew that he could not do the job by himself. Mark knew that he could take the product to his grandmother, but he couldn't take it to everybody's grandmother. He knew that he could take the product to his family, but not everybody's family. So Mark said, I need some help. Rather than advertise on the newspaper and television, radio, I'm going to give that money to some people who will help me. And so Mark put together this incredible marketing system and invited people to join. And I did come in when Herbalife was just a few months old to that first big meeting they had and watched Jerry Shatanovich, watched Doug Stuntz and those others as they responded to the call that Mark gave them and said, help me with this dream and I will reward you. Promises were made in those early days. Mark promised Jerry and Doug that if they would stick around him, he would teach them everything he knew and would help them every way he possibly could. They promised Mark that if Mark took his time and taught them, inspired them, and gave them his attention, that they would be dedicated and they would follow and that they would go do their best. And here's what's exciting about those promises that were made 15 years ago. Those promises still are working today in 1995. And now Mark is still making the promise to you, the promise to me, that he will continue to grow. He'll continue to learn. He'll continue to pass along to all of us his most valuable experience. And he will walk with us each step of the way. And all of you that have arrived at this extravaganza today is proof that you have also promised to Mark that you will study, you will learn, you will grow, and you will help him take this product out and touch the lives of millions of people after you walk out of this Atlanta Dome. And I want to be around for a lot of years to come to watch that promise come true as we march back to our countries, back to our villages, back to our cities, and walk the streets again, make the calls again, conduct the meetings again, touch the people again. It's going to be extraordinary now what's going to happen after this assembly has gotten back to where you came from. I'm telling you, your city will never be the same again. Your family will never be the same again. Your meetings will never be the same again after this extraordinary experience. When you talk to a customer, I'm telling you, they will never be the same again. When you have a training class, it's not going to be like the training classes you had before you got here. After this experience, it's going to be a whole new deal. I can't wait to watch it all unfold. Fantastic. The distributors now is what has made Herbalife come alive. The distributors that tell the story, the distributors that conduct the meetings, the distributors that take the products to the marketplace. I couldn't be more proud of a group of people than I am of you. The stories you've collected, the products you've sold, the times you've been out there when it wasn't that easy to get the job done, when people around you told you that you were crazy or that it wasn't going to work for you, or what gave you a clue that you could become successful. Yeah, Herbalife talks about getting rich, but it's not going to happen to you. I'm telling you, all of you in this room have been out there working in spite of all of that. And when the weather was bad and the nights were long and the criticism was deep, you went out there and did it anyway. And I'm telling you, the magic of Herbalife is sitting right here in this room. And I want to congratulate you for that. It's your hands that make it work. It's your voice that make it work. It's your words that give the dream content so that somebody can understand it so that somebody can see it, so that someone can act on it. That's the part you play. And those are the 4 reasons why Herbalife is so tremendously successful. Leadership, products, marketing, and the hands and the voices of the distributors who take it to the marketplace.
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? You got somebody on there? This real quick. There we go. Welcome to the Do It 24 crew call. My name is Jared Cooper, current global expansion team member. Super fired up about the opportunity, and I really like the fact that he said that right there. Products, people, distributors, and what you give to it. Your words give the dreams content, right? So I've always tried to live by that because I've always heard the term inside of Herbalife that we are glorified storytellers, right? Because if you can make your story sound really good, you can get somebody to say, you know what, let me do that too, right? And your story only gets better from your experiences, right? So people want to hear about how you were broke in the beginning. People want to hear about how people were telling you no. People want to hear about how you had doubters and things like that, because that happens to pretty much everybody. Like, I don't think nobody hits the ground just running. I don't think everybody believes in them the moment that they start doing Herbalife, because if they did, right, we will probably be in a higher place than what we are right now. But you got to battle through those things to show people that what we do is tangible and it's important, and that you ultimately believe in it, because anything that you believe in, people are going to shoot down in some form. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be the reason why it works. You got to be the person that says, oh, look at me, I'm the example. And you got to be the person that's strong enough to battle through those no's. So I got 10 philosophies for you. Write these down. 10 philosophies. Okay. 1, practice makes perfect. So that comes down to, you know what I'm saying, talking to people, doing shake parties, hosting fit camps, hosting calls, doing HOMs, whatever the case is, right? You're never going to be good at it until you keep practicing it, right? So practice makes perfect. The second one, take 100% responsibility. And I know that that's going to be kind of a hard one, because when you decide to take 100% responsibility, everything falls on you, right? And it's hard to say that this didn't happen because of me, right? But this is what I learned from Grant Cardone, right? Is that if it's somebody else's fault, you can't fix it, right? If it's my problem, that means that I can fix it. That means I can do something, right? And this is a super extreme example, right? But for example, he says like something like to the effect of, when you get into a car accident, right? Say you're driving and for whatever reason that you're late, you get into a car accident. Somebody had to meet you at that exact moment to hit you based upon where you were at and the time frame, right? You could be mad at that person for hitting you or whatever the case is, but 100% responsibility could say, what if I would have left 1 minute earlier? You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, that's super extreme. But it's like, if I take responsibility of it, then I can do something different. I can get a different result, right? Versus putting on somebody else, because you can't change nobody. All you can do is be the example. So take 100% responsibility. The third one, vision creates a following. Nobody wants to follow somebody that doesn't have vision. Nobody wants to be a part of something for somebody that doesn't know where they're going, right? It's like the GPS, right? If you don't know where you're going inside of your GPS, you're just gonna keep going in a circle. You got to have the correct direction. So same thing about your vision. So speak about your vision, whatever yours is, right? So if you haven't thought about what your vision is, think about what your vision is. In the next year, where do you want to be inside of your business, and what do you want your lifestyle to be like in the next 3 years, in the next 5 years? Like, preach that to people, because people can get behind something bigger than just Formula One banana caramel. You know what I'm saying? Like, they may not necessarily get behind the banana one or the Formula One banana caramel, but they can get behind generational change. They can get behind generational wealth. They can get behind making my community healthier. You know what I'm saying? People can get behind things like that. Like, oh, I want to help 1,000 people personally, or I want to help my community lose 10,000 pounds. right? Something like that. Like people can get behind something like that that's noble in addition to the actual products. So speak about your vision and what you want that to be like. Number 4, momentum comes when you're consistent. So, right, when you see people that's doing the 5K, when you see people getting new distributors, when you see people getting new preferred members and things like that, and they be like, man, what are they doing? More than likely, that's just a product of them being consistent weeks earlier, months earlier. You know what I'm saying? So it like I've seen this thing. This is one of my favorite quotes, right? An overnight success is really somebody who just put in 10,000 hours, right? So people see like, oh my God, I see that this person's winning and doing a thing, but they don't see the 10,000 hours that I put in before this. They don't see all the no's. All they see is my wins. You know what I'm saying? But you get major consistency from doing something for 10,000 hours. Has somebody done anything for 10,000 hours that they know for sure without a doubt? 10,000 hours at one craft. Who knows if they did something like that? Type of one in the chat if you did something for 10,000 hours and you know it. Steph's like, I did my makeup for 10,000 hours. What you mean? I done did my eyeshadow. I don't know what it's called, but this right here, eyeshadow, whatever, right? Whatever style. I done did that, right? Takesha, I didn't cut hair now. I don't know if it's for sure cutting hair, right? But I didn't cut hair for 10,000 hours. You know what I'm saying? Will, I didn't went to school for 10,000 hours. I didn't went to school for 10,000 hours, right? But the reason why I say this is because when you do something for 10,000 hours, you're a professional, right? You're a professional if you do something for 10,000 hours. That means you've perfected it. Like for the people that go to like that do the hair thing, right? That do like the hairstylists, they got to get like 10,000 hours of logging their situs, right? Before you can be a hairstylist, right? Something like that. Like I'm pretty sure over the years, I've heard that a lot of times. Like you got to put in a certain amount of hours before you are professional. So that's saying that, yo, you got to be consistent before you can start getting paid. Look at it like that. You got to be consistent before you start getting paid. You better earn your pay. Same thing in Herbalife, 1,500 hours. Oh, when it comes to my bad. So put in the consistency first, and that's how you catch momentum, and that's how you get results, right? Number 5, plug in or perish. Plug in or perish. So, I know what it's like when you sign people up on your team and they say they want to do this, that, and the third, and then they don't. I know what it's like when you say, when you get clients and they say, oh, yeah, I'm gonna hop on the call, XYZ, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be in the chat, and they don't, you know what I'm saying? And they fall off, right? The best people that get the best results stay in the chat. The best people that have the best results in business go to STS, or they stay around. They don't quit. Plug in or perish. That's pretty self-explanatory right there. Or perish to the depths of the forgotten. To the depths of the forgotten. That's where you'll go to. Contribution breeds gratitude. So a lot of us on this call contribute in different ways. And so I know that obviously we appreciate each other in the different ways that we all contribute, right? And that ultimately helps, right? So like when you go to STS, like, okay, well, we know that STS isn't, it ain't physical right now, right? But when you actually, like when you have the product committee or whatever the different committees, right? When you're going to the actual STS and you're up there doing the thing, like you show up early, you set up the chairs, like you do the products, you set out the bars, the lift offs, whatever, right? It brings a different mentality and you appreciate the event a lot more and you appreciate what's going on, right? Because you're doing your own, because nobody's paying you for that, right? Nobody pays you to do STS. Right. Nobody, but this is the thing that you're able to get the behind the scenes look. You're able to build relationships with the different speakers. You're able to build relationships with the people that put on STS, right? So that gives you a better gratitude about what you're getting because you get a better experience, right? So ultimately, contribution brings gratitude. Write that down. Number 7, everything that you do duplicates, even in the dark. Even in the dark, everything you do. So if you don't do the PD, your team's not going to do it. If you don't really take your 3 tabs a day, your teams and your clients are probably not going to do it. If you don't show up when you say you're going to show up, your team's probably not going to show up either, right? But if you do these things and you do it in the dark, we heard this last week, right? Doing it in private, when you're having courage in private, right? Wearing your button all the time, right? If you wear your button all the time, more than likely your team will wear your button all the time. And I'm actually going to speak about that in a little bit, about wearing your button and why it's important, all the time, right? But if your upline doesn't do it, or your sponsor doesn't do it, why would the people under them do it? You know what I'm saying? They got to believe in you. So everything you do, everything that you do duplicates. You are who you surround yourself with. Number 8, you are who you surround yourself with. So if you want to be a go-getter, get around some go-getters, right? If you want to do more volume, hang around some people that do more volume. If you want some better results, hang around people that make you a little uncomfortable when you hang around them, that got some crazy results. That, trust me, it'll get you right for sure. Ultimately, just don't hang around the people that you don't want to be like. I know you got those friends. We all got them. We all got those friends that aren't necessarily the most positive. They don't necessarily, bring the most value to our relationships, right? But they're still our friends because of different reasons. But you guys got those friends, right? Type a 2 in the chat if you got one of those friends, right? It's like, like, I don't necessarily want to hang out because for whatever reason, right? Hang out with the person that you want to be around. Oh, we all got them friends. Okay, I see too. I see. Yes, we all got them friends. All of us do, right? Let's just be real. So hang around the people that bring the best out of you, that challenge you, that want to see you do better, right? Even though it may be a little uncomfortable. Hang out with them people. Number 9, personal development equals freedom. Personal development equals freedom. When your mindset is expanded, you can see a lot more. When your vision is expanded, you have a lot better view. But if you only have this one mentality, if you only have this one way of looking at life, if you only have this one perspective, you're locked up. You don't have the ability to see the other side. And it might possibly be greener on the other side. Possibly, right? But you'll never know unless you do personal development. And the 10th one, take care of your harvest. Do you guys know what that means to take care of your harvest? Type a 3 in the chat if you don't know what that means, and then I can go over it. But ultimately, take care of your harvest, man. Take care of your clients. Take care of your potential distributors. Take care of your relationships. Take care of the things that matter. Because when they bloom, right? When it's summer, right? We talked about this last week. The winter time. It sucks in the winter. But people are, Raymond's like, tell me what that means, damn it. I got you, bro, for sure. So, right, take care of your harvest. So in the winter, right, when you're harvesting, when you're planting your harvest, it sucks because you're not necessarily seeing any growth. You're not necessarily seeing any plants. You're not necessarily seeing any results right then, right? But you'll never get to see the plant grow. You'll never get to see the possibility of what can be if you don't take care of those things when they're small, right? So your relationships, doing the follow-ups, your 1 or 2 clients that you might have, your 1 or 2 distributors that you might have, right? The couple of responsibilities that you might currently have, because it only gets more responsibility comes with the more things that you would acquire and attain. You know what I'm saying? So if you take care of it on the early end, right? It's just like having a little bit of money and spending it all and thinking that you can get a lot of money and be better with it. No, you're going to be worse because you have no principles. You have no boundaries. You have nothing. You have nothing that shows that you can take care of the little things. So why would you even be able to earn the 10K to 20K to 30K? You can't even handle 100. Money burning a hole in your pocket as soon as you get it. That used to be me, right? I'm starting to get better with it, right? I'm starting to get better with my money relationships. But if I want to have more money, I need to be better with my money relationships now. If I want to have more clients, I need to take care of the clients that I have now. If I want to get a way bigger team, I need to make sure I'm there for my team when they need me now. You know what I'm saying? Take care of my harvest now, so when it grows, I'll be a way better, you know what I'm saying? A way better recipient. So that's the 10, right? So that's the 10 philosophies. I just wanted to you guys to be able to see that. But yeah, let's get into the rest of the call, right? So I just want you guys to remember that the opportunity that we have is amazing because I was doing my taxes yesterday, right? And being able to see the amount that I made last year through Herbalife with my job and everything like that, I was actually able to jump tax brackets this year based upon my income from Herbalife last year, right? So, right, type of 4 in the chat if you would like to be able to jump tax brackets in 2020, 2021, like whatever, right? Whatever year tax brackets, right? Jumped different tax brackets, right? Because at the end of the day, that's a good thing. Like, yeah, you're gonna probably pay a little bit more taxes, but the fact that you could jump tax brackets based upon an opportunity that you paid $100 to get into is freaking amazing. Freaking amazing, right? Let me see. 4 right? Yeah, so that was pretty crazy. I was able to see that. I was in checks last year. I was able to make about 24,000 in checks. And then in retail, I wasn't able to add it because it doesn't show the retail. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, it was over 30K in total sales of last year, right? Over $30,000. I'll probably say, if I had to guess, maybe closer to like 35 based just upon retail and bonuses and whatnot. But 35K for something that I paid $100 to get into, right? That's life changing. That is, I would say that that's life changing, right? And it all started literally, and I'm not about to go deep into my story because a lot of you guys know it, but it's like it just came from me being consistent, me always wearing my button, me always talking to people, me always getting on calls, me and always me learning, right? Me always just being resilient in the pursuit of what I wanted out of the opportunity, right? And so a lot of people might be like, oh, okay, like I was actually having a conversation recently, and people were just saying like, oh, I don't necessarily wear the button all the time because I'm just not into that, right? And I'm just like, the button gives you the opportunity to win all the time, right? The button gives you the opportunity to win all the time because those are the little difference makers for you to be able to get different people that takes you from making 20K to 30K. Just those little opportunities, you know what I'm saying? So for example, right, I was just in Vegas this past weekend. And some people might have the opportunity or the outlook like, okay, I'm in Vegas, I'm about to have fun. And like some people might say like, oh, I don't think the button looks cool, right? If you're not wearing the button, you don't want to get paid. Hello, talk to me, Bino. I like that, right? Some people might be like, oh, I don't really think the button looks cool. Oh, it doesn't match. I'm not wearing black, white, or red, or whatever the case is, right? Some people might have that mentality about when they're going out and they don't want to wear the button, right? Or I think I don't want to draw that attention to me. I'm not on that right now. And it's like, yeah, okay. All right, cool, right? So I was in Vegas, right? And I wasn't necessarily literally takes no effort to put it on, no, right? Exactly. And that's the thing, right? And this is the cool part about you having a button on. I'm putting the button on because I'm always ready for the opportunity, but I wasn't necessarily going out saying, okay, I'm gonna go get some people, right? Because obviously work and fun, you want to balance it out, right? But I want to be ready for the opportunity if it presents itself, right? I got holes in all my shirts. Yeah, I'm willing to put holes in all my shirts. Definitely, it doesn't matter, right? Because listen, it doesn't matter if it's a designer shirt or goddamn workout shirt. I'm willing to put the buttons on, right? But like I'm saying, I wasn't necessarily saying, oh, I'm gonna go out and talk to people while I'm in Vegas. But if the opportunity presents itself, I'm gonna be ready, right? So I wore the button. I didn't wear this one. I actually wore the one that I always wear. Lose weight, ask me how, because I think that's the most like the most intriguing one. It says lose weight, ask me how now. You know what I'm saying? Versus, oh, I love Herbalife Nutrition. This is a cool button, but it don't get nobody's attention like that, right? So I was wearing the button. Friday night, right? I'm going to dinner. I'm asking this guy for directions, right? So I'm talking to this guy, asking him, hey, where's the restaurant this way, right? And at the corner of my eye, I see these two ladies, and then they're like, snicker snacker and talking or whatever, pointing at my button, right? So I'm looking, I'm like, what's up? The lady's like, hey, can I ask you a question? I already know what she's about to ask me because I seen her pointing at my button, right? So I'm ready to go. She's like, hey, I see that your button says lose weight, ask me how. And she said, well, what do you do? I said, I do Herbalife. Have you heard about it? Right? She's all like, no, I haven't heard about it. What is it? So mind you, I'm on my way to dinner, right? So I'm not necessarily about to sit here and I'm not about to necessarily sit here and, like I said, I'm not going to tell about it got 24 grams of protein. I'm not going to tell you it got 13 grams of carbs. I'm not going to say it got 9 grams of sugar. I'm not going to say it got 21 vitamins and minerals inside of it. I'm not going to say we got 10, 11, 12 different flavors. I'm not going to say all that right then. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, Herbalife is a nutrition company. We got healthy shakes and teas. I could pretty much help you lose weight. I've been doing it for the past 7 years. Here's my results. Look at me, right? Like I said, I had my photo album ready. I said, what kind of results you trying to get? She's like, oh, I want to lose weight. Okay, bet. Here's my results. And here's some people that I helped real quick. 30 seconds, 1 minute, right? And then it got to the point to where she was trying to have a super long conversation. Oh, that's not really you, blah, 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 XYZ, you know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 right? But ultimately I said, yo, look, check it out. I can really help you, but I'm going to this dinner right now. But if you want to give me your Instagram and your number, I can follow up with you, right? And she sent me she gave me the info, right? And I actually hit her up today, and we've been talking a little bit today, right? So that was that. But now, if she'll order, more than likely we'll figure it out, right? If she hasn't ordered yet. But I never would have had the opportunity if I didn't have a button on, because I definitely wasn't looking to talk to her saying, hey, what's up? Let me help you lose weight, right? Definitely wasn't doing that. Next opportunity, as I'm leaving Vegas, right? I'm leaving Vegas. I'm hella hungry. I got to get something to eat before I get on the flight, right? So I'm like, okay, bet. Let me go ahead and get this little bagel sandwich, situ, whatever, right? I got my button on because that's how I get down. The young girl at the that served me my food, I see her talking to her friends. She's pointing again. She's like, hey, as she giving me my food, she's like, hey, I just got a quick question. Are you like a personal trainer? People ask that too when you have the button that says lose weight, ask me how. Are you a personal trainer? I said, no, I'm a little bit more than a personal trainer. A little bit more than that. Y'all can go ahead and say that, right? If y'all want to. I'm a little bit more than that, right? And so ultimately had the conversation with her, got her Instagram, and also followed up with her, right? So what I'm trying to say to you guys is that it's important for you to always give yourself the chance to win. And you can always give yourself a chance to win by always putting on your button no matter what. Because again, right, nobody's going to ask you about your business if you're wearing your favorite brands. Whatever your favorite brands are, Nike, goddamn Victoria Don't Tell Nobody, Ray got the Raiders hoodie on, Will got the tie-dye on, you know what I'm saying? He be looking like Chance the Rapper, XYZ, right? Whatever you got on, nobody's gonna ask you about your business unless you got the button on or something that says Herbalife, right? So I highly suggest for you to wear your button no matter what you do in any situation, in any setting, right? Okay, as long as we're clear on that. Okay, boom, bet. All right, check it out. We just had STSs last weekend, right? I know that some of you guys were on. So I would love to get some shares from somebody that was on. 1 or 2 shares about what you got. If somebody wants to come off and mute and speak about that, please.
Can I go?
It's yours, bro. Go ahead.
All right, so I've definitely heard this in the past. My mom's on the call right now, so I'm gonna talk a little bit lower, but you guys can hear me, yeah? We're cool? For sure, bet. All right, so I've heard this before, but the way it was phrased like clicked a little bit differently. And I wrote it down, and it was from the couple. I can't remember exactly what their names were, but the guy was saying, "I know how you feel. I felt the same way. This is what I found. I know how you felt. I felt the same way. This is what I found." And like being able to have just those 3 lines alone is like so impactful, because it's like, oh, I'm not that fit, or oh, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not salesy, I'm not talkative, stuff like that. I know how you feel. I felt the same way. This is what I found. And it's like, it just makes it so much more simpler and so much more convincing, to the point where you're just sharing a story. So that was one of the big things I got from STS, of anything. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I heard that quote recently as well, and I really like that one too because it allows you to get into the space to break down that wall that people put up when they be like, I don't necessarily know if I can do this. Like, no, you can do this too. Let me tell you about what I got going on, and where I was at, and let me see, give you the solution. So, no, I really like that, Bino. Um, does anybody else want to go? Anybody else want
I'll
to?
go.
Oh, okay, bet. Thank you.
Uh, so there were I'm heavily and I'm big on energy. So whenever they talk about energy, I get super tuned in. So and basically it was about social media because I use social media to grow my business, and I know I've been off, so they're like speaking to me about it. So on social media, you always want to raise the vibration on social media, right? So how are you posting on your page? Like you have to be consistent. Always be consistent in posting. Always post with purpose and with intention. Because what if one day you just decided to stop posting forever about Herbalife? Like I'm not going to post nothing about Herbalife anymore. Like what's going to happen to your check? What's going to happen to your team? What's going to happen to you for you and your business? It's gonna be right here. And also they're talking about energy. So in Herbalife in general, so we're not here to leave the energy. We're not here to take away the energy. We're not here, and neither of us are here to maintain the energy. We're all here together to raise the energy together. So if it's only one person doing it, that sucks. So that's why all of us have to come together and raise the vibration together and makes it more powerfully. That's all I got.
Nice. Kim, I see you raise your hand. You want to share?
That was accident, but maybe it was meant to be, I guess, for me to say something. But what you were saying, and then Mandy too about the energy, like for me, I haven't been posting or anything. I'm being consistent with it, and it definitely shows on every aspect for me, like business wise or whatever. So I gotta get back on my shit, and hopefully we can unite and get that energy back up, so we can all do great.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. Energy is very key for sure. So if the energy's off, that throws a lot of things off. So definitely the energy's got to be key. Does anybody else want to share what I got from STS? If you have any shares?
I'll go.
I got a question after the shares. Okay, Will, definitely for sure. Go ahead.
What up, y'all? Sharif, qualified producer, because nobody did that. I had to point that out. Share, But
Thank you.
a couple things that I took away that really like hit home for me was when Christy Burnham, 20K, said, "Do the best you can with where you're at and with what you have." And pretty much, I've been in my head because I haven't really gotten a new result recently. So I've been like putting the business off because I don't have that new result. And I feel like the people that do follow me be like, yeah, he posting other people's results and stuff like that, but where's yours? And I feel like that's been putting them off. So when she said that, after she said that, actually, she said, get the best result ever. So that's my main focus and my main takeaway from STS is I need to get the best result ever so I can be more confident with the business and more confident with myself. So I can add more I can add more value now, but I can bring more people to the opportunity and not like be in my head so much, but be outside. So it was like not in my head, but out and about with people, if that makes sense. Yeah.
No, yeah, I definitely I get you for sure. Yeah, and I was talking about this last week. That your results are key, man. This is a results-based business. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if you're not getting results, like you got to be real. Like I think I said this last week, you got to be real with yourself about where your results are at, right? And again, I'm gonna say this for the end of time. You don't got to be the most ripped. You don't got to have the fattest butt. You don't got to have the smallest waist. You ain't got to necessarily be none of that, right? But you got to have progress. That's what it's about, having progress, losing that 1 pound a week, 2 pounds a week, whatever, right? Like it ain't about you losing necessarily 30 pounds in 1 month, but damn it, you better make progress weekly. Okay. It ain't about you being the buffest in the world, but damn it, you better be trying your hardest every week when you can, right? Okay, you wasn't able to make it to the gym 5 days a week. Damn it, you better get in there 2 to 3 times and give it your all. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you can't make it to the gym? Okay, bet. Do something at the house, bro. Like there's a bunch of stuff that you can do. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, is it upon you to say I'm gonna do what I can with what I can, or am I gonna pout and do shit that I'm not supposed to do? Am I gonna do the push-ups and drink the shake at the crib because I can't make it to the gym? Or am I gonna order some food that I'm not supposed to have and not do the push-ups because I can't get to the gym and I'm soaking in my bad energy? It's up to you. I don't know what Bino eating, but it look healthy right now. He could be eating Mountain Mike's pizza right now. He could be eating Mountain Mike's because, you know what I'm saying? My weekend didn't necessarily go as much as I wanted it to. And so, you know what? I want to make myself feel better. But he says, you know what? I'm going to do what I can with what I can. So let me go ahead. And I may not have meal prep, but I got some healthy eats. Okay. So that's what it's about, man. Doing what you got to do. Big salad over there. Yeah, man. So, that's that. Any more shares from anybody about anything? No.
I'll go.
Abane. Oh, Jackie. Okay, Abane, I see that you want to share. Jackie, you can go ahead right now.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yes, Jackie. Supervisor. I guess I'm still working on my third cut at Active Super. I only made like second cut, but that was like whenever. But anywho, what I got out of it, it was from I think Millionaire Team, Carla Huerta, something like that. 4 key values that I wrote down was value, growth, energy, and connection. And this is towards I believe social media. So like the value, what she was saying is, posting, are you posting to get validation or to give value to others? And then with the growth, like what results would you be sharing? Are you sharing your results? Are you sharing results of others? And then the energy, like what type of energy are you bringing to your page? Is it, personal, your club, things like that? And then with the connection, how are you using your page to connect with people? So that just kind of made me think about how am I really utilizing my Instagram page, because I'm trying to do more with it. So in terms of like posting, yeah, I want to post, to put value out there for other people, and and not just share my own results, but of others, because I know in the past when I was showing, results and posting, before and after, that's when a lot of people were coming in and chiming in, and I was getting more interaction from others, and that's kind of dropped off since I haven't been doing it. So that's one thing that is helping me think more about doing. And as far as the energy, because it's like, yeah, you go on people's pages and you look at it and see what's going on. And some of it's like, oh, this is interesting. So it's going to key you in. And if it's not so interesting and it's just kind of dry and blasé, it's like, okay, move on. And I don't want that page, mine to look that way. And then just connecting and, just being more in tune with what everybody else is doing, and just putting that, vibration out there so they can connect back with me. So, and I think it was something that you had mentioned a while back, Coop, as far as like when you post on your page, like when people go on there and they're, they want to see your life, they want to see what you're doing, and not just about Herbalife and things like that. So I'm trying to do more of that, even though I am incorporating the Herbalife, but I want to start doing it where, you post a picture one day and then you do like a little daily quote. And so you have your picture, you have your, black picture or whatever, black, white. So it just kind of looks really clean and, and more inviting. So that's kind of what I got from it. And so that was, my takeaway.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Thank you. Yeah, man, use your Instagram as best as you can, and be relatable. That's my best thing. Like Jackie said, like you don't necessarily got to post all Herbalife stuff. Like post your kids if you got them. Post, you know what I'm saying, what you got going on. Post your hobbies. Post the stuff that you're into, and wrap Herbalife around that. Like I like to take pictures of my son holding the shake, like holding the Formula One. You know what I'm saying? Like so, like just cool stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't necessarily got to say like, again, I'll post a picture of him holding the canister one, and I'm not gonna say, all the details about the shake. You know what I'm saying? I'll say something like healthy habits. Something like that. Super simple. You know what I'm saying? And then my next post might be something about basketball right after. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the hell. But it's like I'm showing people my whole lifestyle. And of course, it will be those posts. Ray, I see you with the rebuild and the banana. I see you trying to get results, bro. Definitely that's what I'm talking about. Go after your results, Ray. Woo woo. Right? Okay, bet. Anyway, like some posts will be the informative posts about what the hell's going on, like it's a new product. You like some posts will be like that, and there's a place and there's a time and place for those kind of posts. But I think that you definitely need to switch your stuff up by not you, Jackie, but people in general, right? With the content that you post, because at the end of the day, you want people to say, "Me too," not, "Oh, that's good for them." You know what I'm saying? Like that's not what you want people to say. You don't want to make it look impossible. You want it to make it look like, damn, this person like me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way you want to make it look. Abane, go ahead.
All right. So I just wanted to share that. Okay, so basically, come March, it'll be a full year that I myself have personally been doing the Herbalife products and been on my fitness journey. I'm mad, yes, right? I'm mad pumped about it because I'm like, yo, I'm about to have the sickest results ever. That 1 year photo I'm about to do, it's about to be sick. Everybody about to be like, right? But in that process, right? In that process, I've been doing my Snatched and Fit Club. It was my way of, Mandy and I talked about this. She was like, you got to start trying to get a crew together of like potential distributors. So I'm like, bet. What can I do to get people to gravitate towards me and constantly be around me and know what I'm doing and what I'm about? The Snatched and Fit Club. So I've got my 5 ladies for the month of, I had my 5 ladies for the month of February, and I'm already trying to recruit 5 ladies for the month of March. So I got that going on. I did the Spill the Tea Party, which I'm super excited to do with Michaela for the month of March. Doing these things have introduced events for people to look forward to. And because I put these things out there, I've been getting mad responses from people like, I mean, you're like doing something. I'm super interested. So like my cousin Kev hit me up, like, you got to get your cousin on it. One of my guy friends' dads hit me up, like, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm trying to be a part of it. One of the other young ladies from my high school been watching me for heck long. She likes everything. She finally was like, Abane, you're super motivational. I super want to do it. I'm like, bet. Come on, everybody, come join this party. Because while I'm just excited to get the ultimate result, like kind of Sharif was saying, I've kind of had the same result just because of my body type and my ultimate goals. But now I'm really on this games thing, and like I'm right there where it's like, oh, come on, all of it is just extra. So while I'm pumped and excited to do that, I'm introducing these new things that are actually pulling people towards me. And I guess I just wanted to share that it's all really exciting, and I love it because I can continue with the Snatched and Fit Club every month. I can continue with my Spill the Tea Party every month. And again, that gives somebody and the people something to look forward to when they come to Abane's page, or when I have any, or you just period, when it's like, hey, I've been neglecting this, but I know every month Abane has something going on. So they may come checking towards my page. Views have gone up, likes have gone up, and like I said, just a ton of DMs. And so I'm just super pumped and excited about that, and happy that we did the 90 day, that was my daughter, happy that we did the 90-day call, because I'm talking to people like other like business people that I know, and they're like, yeah, like I'm joining these groups and they're talking about, don't you have a 90-day plan? And they're like, no. And I'm like, I got a 90-day plan. Me and my squad, we put it together at the beginning of the year. What you mean? Like, you don't got a 90-day plan? Like, what are you talking about? So I just feel really, really good. I'm loving everything that we're doing. I'm loving the results that I'm getting. And yeah, I just wanted to share that, like, yeah, it's exciting. And I'm excited to collab with you, Michaela. But also just, yeah, I've got these 2 things that have actually pulled people towards me. I'm not saying I'm not doing any work, but I haven't really posted like, you need to do a shake. Hey, I've got my shake. Oh, I'm on Herbalife. But I have been living my life, and my life has had purpose. And all of the things that I've got my hands into all revolve around evolving the body, getting the body that you have in the life that you want. And so, like I said, I think that that's really pulled people towards me, and it's exciting because it is my life, you know? So yeah, I just wanted to share that.
Let's snap it up for Abene because she did a really good job of bringing energy to the call. Good job, good job, good job. And I really like the fact that she said that she's creating ultimately she said that I'm creating something to invite people to, right? And so, like I told you guys before, if you don't have
And of course,
say that again.
I said, of course, the challenges.
Oh yeah, right, bet, yeah. So like for like, and that's really dope, right? So I just want to say for the people that don't necessarily have like, how am I trying to say, like the ability to just get and maintain clients just off the strength, right? Like I say, it's always great to say, hey, I'm doing this. You should come down to it, whatever it is. And you don't necessarily gotta be it's Herbalifed out. Like, yo, just come check out what I got going on. Cause when they come through, they're gonna see. And that's ultimately what Abene is doing. And then she's also creating and collabing, right, with her sideline, Michaela, right? Michaela's not in her downline. They not even in the same line. You know what I'm saying? But listen, check it out. You got some dope stuff that you can do. I got some dope stuff that I can do. We might as well work together. We might as well. You know what I'm saying? So that's awesome. And they're creating an environment to allow other people to come in and ultimately see the opportunity for what it is and whatever way they're going to present it. And that's freaking lit, right? So as you can see, Abene's fired up. Why is she fired up? Because she's doing work. She's having people say yes to her. She's creating things. She's getting results. She's making money. Like, that's what Herbalife is about. So what you guys need to do, right, is get more distributors to feel how Abene feels right now. The more distributors you can get to feel like her, the better your business will be, right? So that's freaking amazing. And I want you guys to just take that in. Because this is somebody that's a real life example of somebody that's doing work that took what was in place, right? We had the 90-day plan call. She got in. She inquired because she wants to learn more. Hey, what's up with that 90-day plan call? Oh, bet, let me get in, right? She only got in a few weeks ago. Like, it wasn't like she'd been in freaking the whole time. She got in a few weeks ago. Okay, bet. Let me learn, right? Because the 90-day plan calls every Sunday after the goddamn challenge calls, right? Let me learn. Let me hear what y'all saying. Let me apply. Let me do my stuff. Let me do my spiel. And then in turn of her doing that, she's getting results. She's getting gains. And not only necessarily the word of physical, right? Monetarily, business, life purpose, gains in all areas of life. That's freaking lit. Shout out to Abene. And that's going down. Will, I know you had a question. Wait, before that, does anybody else want to share? Going once, going twice. Bet. Will, you got a question? Go ahead and ask it.
Yes, sir. What's up, y'all? My name is Will. I'm currently a supervisor. Been in the business for about 7, 8 months now. Yeah, it'll be my 1 year in June. But my main question was, I'm kind of in a slump right now, kind of just of how I'm trying to add more value to the information that I give people in context to. At the end of the day, I know our main emphasis is nutrition, but since I'm a gym rat, a lot of people come to me for like gym advice, workouts, right? And I kind of noticed that, I'll get people on programs and I'll follow up with them, and I'm like trying to get a track of like how they're doing fitness wise, because nutrition's most of the work, but at the end of the day, you got to do some type of work.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to add some value and kind of wondering how I can light the fire into some people. And also give them some variety when it comes to like workouts. Because most of the time I'll see it being like, oh, hey, did you hit any of the workouts I sent you? They'll be like, oh, no, I was kind of having a busy day today. And I'm like, okay, well, when are you going to do them? Like, you can drink the shakes and you can get some type of results. But like, at the end of the day, people know that I'm about working out and I'm trying to get more content in that sense. So if anybody has any ideas of how they like light a fire under someone else's ass, I'm free to listening. You feel me?
I can tell you from my perspective, because that's ultimately where I started at and where I'm still at, right? Like being a gym rat, getting results, like, because again, I didn't have to lose weight, right? Like I wasn't on weight loss. So my whole thing was when I was getting people was fitness in general, right? Not necessarily bodybuilding, even though that was for me. I was bodybuilding, but my thing was fitness in general, wellness in general, right? Like that was the thing about it. So when it comes to sparking people, when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, that aspect, I was actually trying to change up my target audience, right? So people, I was looking for guys that wanted to get it in. You know what I'm saying? I was looking for women that wanted to get it in, like, because that was the thing. What I learned is that people that want to, majority, right, from my experience, people that want to gain weight, more than likely are in the mindset of saying, I'm going to have to work out, versus somebody that wants to lose weight. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, you want to gain weight, okay, bet you got to be pretty, you got to know that, hey, I'm going to have to work out. Okay, here's certain workouts. So for me, right, I created a lot of workouts to be able to give to people based upon my knowledge over the years of working out. So like, for example, right, I have a bunch of different stuff for where if a woman, it was like, okay, hey, I want to build my legs, right? Okay, bet I have a bunch of leg workouts for that. You know what I'm saying? Like not just the basic workout plan that we all have access to, right? We all have the Do It 24 Crew workout plan, right? I'm just gonna assume that. Type of 5 in the chat if we all have that workout plan. I just want to be clear. Type of 5 in the chat, we all have the Do It 24 Crew workout plan. Actually, I have a question, right? Will, going off of this, right? I don't want to just go away from Will's question. What are people sending people when it comes to workouts? Like, are people just creating stuff on their own? Like, is people like, what are you guys doing? I just want to know what you guys are doing.
I can say personally, what I send to people is my own customized template of home workouts, because I know that right now people are kind of anxious or nervous to get back into a gym. So I always provide like my three sets of like home workouts you can do basically. And they have like different styles and formats. And if people like them, I'll send them more in that style. But that's kind of what I've been doing, just because like people are kind of like still scared to go to gyms. You feel me?
Right. Okay. Anybody else? What they're doing? What they're sending people?
It just depends on what they want. Like I send the basic, like what we've made, but also like there's some people who specifically like, what are you doing exactly? Like, what do you do when you work out? And I write my own workout, so I'll send it to them. It just depends, but a little bit of all of it.
I've been using the ab and glute workout that Steph put together, especially for like my personal clients. And then for the guys, I think Sharif put this one together, the 20-day one. It's like a 21-day workout or whatever. I've been sending that, and the guys love that one because it's like, you know, heck of variety. So I've been using those too.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I also have
Say it again.
I said I had something to say to Will too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I just want to say, okay, I know it's 8 o'clock, so we're about to go ahead and wrap this up like very, very shortly. I don't want, how do I say this? I don't want you guys, because again, we're not personal trainers, right? Like I just want to make that. Some of us are personal trainers. Some of us are personal trainers, right? And there's nothing wrong with being a personal trainer. I believe that it does give some value, because it does add to the value of you being an Herbalife distributor because of your knowledge about working out and the body and XYZ, right? So definitely personal trainer is not, there's nothing wrong being a personal trainer. But as an Herbalife distributor, we're not personal trainers. So we're not necessarily like it. You definitely want to give your clients workouts for sure, without a doubt. Like definitely want to give them workouts and whatnot, right? But don't, I just want to be clear, like don't get caught up on the workouts when maybe they need to be focused more on nutrition, right? Like don't put more emphasis on the workouts than the nutrition, right? Because at the end of the day, we get paid on the nutrition, not the workouts, right? That's my only thing. But I will post in the chat, just in case people don't have it, right? Just different workout plans that you can send to your clients based upon whatever their goals are, right? And it's labeled or whatever, so you guys can have it. Obviously, if you want to continue to send and create your own workouts, do that. But I would just say don't spend too much time on that, just because, right? But going back to Will, right, is that I was changing my target audience to people that wanted to get in shape, not get in shape, wanted to gain weight, right? That understood that, I'm going to have to build muscle, and there is no way to build muscle unless you stimulate the muscle, which means that you're working out in some form, right? So that's the thing I was doing with that. And then also I was just telling people like, hey, check it out. Like, I was telling people, and I still tell people this today. Hey, you don't necessarily got to work out if you want to lose weight. Because the reality of it is you don't. Like, if you guys didn't know, right? I just want to put this to you guys. If you guys didn't know, right? You don't have to work out to lose weight, right? But if you want better results, if you want to be enhanced, if you want to be curved out, you want to be busting out your shirt, you will have to work out. But if it comes down to just wanting to lose weight and feel healthier, and whatever the case is, listen, 2 shakes a day, a healthy meal, snacks in between, and make sure you had a tea. Simple, right? You ain't got to work out. But like I say, if you want better results, working out enhances the results that come from our nutrition. 80% nutrition, 20% fitness, and 100% mindset, because your mindset is what's going to get you to stick with the 80% nutrition. The mindset is going to get you to do that 20% fitness, right? So, Will, I would say try to target more people that are looking to build muscle, because that falls in with you being a gym rat, right? But also promote overall wellness in the sense of working out isn't a mandatory thing for you to do Herbalife. That's what I would say. Michaela, you want to add to that?
Yeah, I also heard Will kind of speaking a bit about kind of like maybe not current burnout, but potential burnout that you were feeling with trying to like reach out and like it not really going where you wanted to go. I heard you mention that. So one thing I found that's also been pretty helpful is, and I think I heard it on this call or maybe one of the monthly calls, just kind of about maybe not always hitting them up. Like you just said, you hit them up and be like, hey, did you do that workout that I told you? Maybe not always hitting them up about products or hitting up about workouts, like in general, just like creating that. Like sometimes if I hit my clients up, I'm learning about just like random stuff or just seeing how they're doing. They know that I'm the person who put them on Herbalife, or they know that I'm the person that gave them the workout. So they're going to end up on their own saying something about it at some point. It's helpful to me too. And I heard you say that. So I wanted to kind of give you that piece that's been pretty key for me.
Right. That's definitely key. Building that relationship with your clients. So yeah, I've actually noticed that too. Like some clients, you can hit them up and be like, hey, like, did you do that? Like, cause that's just maybe what it is sometimes. Right. But I think for the people that you're going to keep for the long run, for the people that possibly will turn into distributors, for the clients that are going to stay with you, and just continuously order throughout life. Right. You're going to have to necessarily, and not saying that you're not doing this, Will, but building that relationship and just being like, yo, what's going on? How you doing? X, Y, Z, da, 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 da. Like purposely hitting them up and not talking about the products, because sometimes it'd be like that. And I will say, even from my experience, right? I have a lot of clients that I know based upon me just knowing them for a long time and me talking to them over the years or whatever, right? And then there's some clients that I don't really talk to that often in the sense of personal stuff. It just be like that. You know what I'm saying? But I think that you have to at least give yourself the opportunity for that to come up, so they feel more comfortable. Like, hey, Will, like, you my boy. I really didn't do the workouts, this and that, da, da, da. They feel a little bit more comfortable versus you being like, oh, my coach is on my ass. You know what I'm saying? That just adds a little bit of advice for sure. Bino, what up? Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, for sure. I just want to like just say thank you to Michaela too, because Michaela, like, that's a huge point that's helped me with my clients as far as like not just hitting them up about Herbalife, not just hitting them up about, you know, workouts and stuff like that. So I think that's huge, Will, that you can start tapping into when it comes down to just building a personal relationship with your clients. But one thing that you can do, and Will, I know you work, I know you're on your grind at Nike and stuff like that, but you can either create something for your community to look forward to throughout the week, whether that be a fit camp, whether that be a workout that you're just going to hand them, or whatever the case is, one day a week, or you can just plug them into whatever's happening right now, bro. So, I mean, like I said, I'm running virtual fit camps. I'm trying to allow you guys to use that for your business too, because if people see that there's something bigger than just, you know, you and selling shakes and teas, they get to see a community, they get to see people, you know, supporting each other. Like, that's what this business is all about. Like, granted, yes, we're here for sales, we're here to make money, shakes and teas, all that other A, B, and C. But at the end of the day, like, if you can show your community that you're way more than just one person, that you are a community, I think that's huge. And that'll fire your people up even more to let them know, hey, like, you know, my boy's got something going on. Like, let's, you know, tap in with Will, he'll do something for you. So that's just another thing that you can tap into, bro. So yeah, man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, use us, use the community for sure. That's why we're here. All right, guys, 808, 808s. Does anybody have anything else they want to say? Add to? No? Going once, going twice. All questions are good questions? Nah? Okay, bet. Record.